Hello, my name is Justin Talamontes. Today I'd like to explore the concept of intellectual property, especially as it pertains to the field of library and information science in the Middle East and North Africa region, as well as my own country, the United States of America. Intellectual property refers to creations that spring forth from the human imagination. They can be inventions, art, literary works, designs, photographs, even names and symbols. Much like tangible physical property, intellectual property is protected by law. The laws that govern IP are meant to protect the interests of an IP's creator or rights holder. However, because ideas have such immense potential to enrich people's lives, spark innovation, and empower communities, there are other considerations beyond the financial or reputational interests of rights holders. Ideally, IP laws should represent our best effort to strike a balance between protecting creators and advancing the public good. Overly restrictive protections risk stifling innovation in critical areas such as public health, sustainable technologies, and other fields that directly impact human well-being. Conversely, weak or non-existent IP protections can undermine innovation and negatively affect a nation's economic growth. Creators and companies may be reluctant to invest the time and effort required to develop new works or technologies if the potential returns can be easily undercut by others. Societies in the MENA region face several unique challenges in the implementation and enforcement of IP protections. For example, ongoing conflict and political instability in countries such as Syria, Yemen, Palestine, and Libya often push IP enforcement far down the list of national priorities. In such contexts, institutional capacity is limited and legal protections are difficult to uphold. There is also a notable lack of regional coordination, often leading to uneven enforcement and legal ambiguity, especially in a world that is increasingly digitally connected. Additionally, cultural norms play a significant role in shaping how IP protections are perceived and implemented in the region. While Islamic tradition, upon which many MENA legal systems are based, does recognize the concept of IP, the broader cultural view often emphasizes communal benefit and cultural enrichment over individual ownership or profit. In fact, in many Arab societies, imitation is traditionally seen as a form of flattery and respect, not theft. These values reduce the perceived need for strict IP regulation and influence how both creators and the public engage with IP. Luckily, these same cultural values closely align with foundational LIS principles such as equitable access, preservation of knowledge, and intellectual freedom. To this end, IFLA's MENA division works closely with regional libraries and library associations to educate them about IP laws and to advocate for reform. Seminars are presented by experts which seek to give libraries the tools they need to effectively communicate their vision to representatives of the World Intellectual Property Organization. The World Intellectual Property Organization is a UN agency attempting to develop a balanced and effective international IP system that promotes innovation and creativity for the benefit of all. It supports this mission through global policy leadership, international IP services, capacity building, conflict mediation, and access to knowledge. 20 MENA countries are full members. In MENA, local libraries and library organizations play a critical role in raising awareness and advocating for IP reform. For instance, the Lebanese Library Association hosts conferences in which international experts are invited to speak about a variety of topics, including basic IP concepts. Recordings of these conferences are shared on the LLA's YouTube channel. IP protections and copyright laws as they pertain to libraries were also topics of discussion in the first ever Dubai International Library Conference held in 2024. Hopefully, these important subjects will continue to gain traction throughout MENA, allowing citizens to harness the power of their natural curiosity and imagination. In the United States, where I live, creators and rights holders are granted explicit protections that are generally well enforced. The U.S. has long been a country that has prioritized a robust IP system, with Congress enacting numerous laws which outline IP protections since the nation's inception. Furthermore, U.S. copyright law provides specific carve-outs and protections designed to serve the public interest. Libraries, archives, and other information institutes rely on these exceptions to ensure equitable access to information, support education, and preserve cultural heritage. However, our system is far from perfect. The language of the copyright law is often seen as intimidating and confusing, making it difficult for the average person to confidently understand their rights or limitations. Moreover, large corporations have frequently used their financial and legal influence to extend copyright terms or aggressively enforce IP claims, sometimes beyond the spirit of the law. This can discourage innovation, silence fair use, and create a chilling effect on scholarship, creative expression, and public access to information. Additionally, the rapid pace of technological innovation in our increasingly digital world has created new questions and complications that our laws have been slow to address. For these reasons, it is incumbent on libraries to defend fair use, promote equitable access, and educate both the public and policymakers about how IP laws can better serve society as a whole. One key player in this effort is the Library Copyright Alliance, a coalition comprised of two major library associations, the ALA and the Association of Research Libraries. The LCA files amicus briefs and submits proposals to various governing bodies regarding the adoption of special IP exceptions for libraries and other information institutes. Additionally, local libraries can do a lot to inform their communities about IP rights and fair use through public programming, curated resources, and staff training. In San Jose, California, my local library, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. branch, hosts a U.S. Patent and Trademark Resource Center. Through this center, patrons can access official U.S. Patent and Trademark Office resources, receive assistance with conducting preliminary patent and trademark searches, and attend free workshops on intellectual property basics. By offering these services, the library plays a critical role in fostering local innovation, economic development, and promoting the overall well-being of the communities it serves. Intellectual property frameworks shaped predominantly by political instability, weak institutional capacity, a lack of international collaboration, low public awareness, or unchecked commercial interests risk neglecting broader public benefits. By taking an active role in copyright education, libraries not only fulfill their mission of lifelong learning, but also contribute to more informed, creative, and empowered communities.